Today we're going to be taking a look at the 3.5-inch clear ultra-thin surface mount rectangular strobe light with 3 LEDs. The strobe light is going to have 3 LEDs and 12 flash patterns with synchronous and alternating functions. It's going to most commonly be used on pickup trucks, trailers, and service vehicles. It's going to include screws and self-adhesive tape to make simple fastening. Now it is going to have an ultra-thin design, so it's only going to be about 1/4 inch thick, so it is going to mount into really tight spots. And the LEDs are going to make a great replacement over incandescent lights because they're going to last up to 50 times longer and be more efficient because they're going to provide a brighter light with less power output, and we're not going to have to worry about replacing bulbs or any brittle filaments inside the break. Now the housing is going to be a black housing, and it is going to be clear lens with clear LEDs. It's going to be a surface mount design, which means we're just going to use those screws to put it directly to the surface where we want to mount it up. Now as far as the wiring goes, we're going to have 3 blunt cut wires that are coming off the back. Our black wire is going to be our ground, our white wire is going to be our power, and our brown wire is actually going to serve 2 functions. It's going to sync up any other lights that we have with it, as well as go through our flash patterns. The light's going to be rated IPX8 for water resistance and have an SAE J595 Class 1 rating as well as a CA13 certification. And I'd like to give you a few dimensions of our light here. The light itself is going to be right at 3 7/16 inches long. It's going to be right at 1 3/16 inches tall. That's going to be right about 1/4 inch deep. They are going to give us about 8 inches of wire coming out of the back. And again, it's going to have 3 diodes in there. This is going to work with both 12 and 24 volt systems. And at 12 volts, it's going to be pulling 1/2 amp. So I'll go ahead and hook up our strobe light so you can see the light output and the different flash patterns. So I'll hook up my power and ground wires. Turn on my 12 volt power source. And you can see already just those 3 LEDs are pretty bright. Now if we take our brown wire and we touch it to our power source, it's going to switch that pattern. So I'll go ahead and turn off the overhead lights so we can get an idea of how bright it actually is. I'll cycle through some of the flash patterns. Go ahead and turn the overhead light back on. Turn my power source off. Go ahead and disconnect my wires. But that'll do it for the 3.5-inch clear ultra-thin surface mount rectangular strobe light with 3 LEDs.